Good morning students, welcome to online class. So today's explanation is on English 1 chapter 10, I remember. So the poem I remember is written by Thomas Hood. The poem is in first person narration and it consists of 4 stanzas. In each stanza, the poet compares his present adulthood life with his past childhood days. The poet thinks that his childhood life was a pleasant one when compared with the painful present one. His longing and desire to regain the childhood days are clearly seen from refrain, I remember. In the first stanza, the poet talks about the house where he was born. He remembers of the sun's peeping through the window at morning, indicates his childish ignorance. The passing day from morning till night gives pleasure to the child. Hence, the day does not either end early or prolong. However, at present the poet wishes for the night to take away his breath. His desire to death indicates his painful life. The contrast between the past and the present is clear through the portrayal of sun and daytime, which means brighter and happier part of his life. In the present, he longs for the night, and that is darkness, which means distress of life. The poet moves from his house into garden in the second stanza. In the garden, as a child, the poet looked at the variety of flowers like red and white roses, violets, lilies, and lilacs. He believed that those flowers are heavenly blessed flowers. Later, he talks about the laburnum which his brother had planted on his birthday. The line, "The tree is living yet," might convey 2 meanings. The first one is the person who has planted it, that is his brother, is no more, whereas the tree is living. The second one is the tree is living and growing, but the poet is decaying. The third stanza talks about the swinging of the poet in his past. As a child, he was vital and energetic, who swings very fast to feel the rush of the fresh air. He was like feathers which fly quickly, but now he is heavy. This stanza contrasts youthful physical feelings of vitality and ease with heaviness of the presence. This stanza also talks about his physical decline. Summer is cherished in the country in which the poet was born. Even such a wonderful summer could not heal his fever, which might mean his sadness or physical sickness. Now let's come to the last stanza, that is the fourth stanza. Here the poet contrasts the child's close relationship with heaven with the rational knowledge of the grown-ups who lost faith on spirituality. During his childhood days, he imagined that the top of the dark and huge fir tree was close to the heaven. At present, he understood it as a childish ignorance. With such ignorance, he lived happily in the past. Now the rational mind gives him no joy, but makes him to feel that the heaven is in a long distance for him to reach. The poet's looking at the past with nostalgia gives the impression that the present is painful. The title of the poem signifies the act of remembering. The frequent usage of the word remembering in the poem indicates the dominant motive of the poem, that is, recollection of his past. So with this I come to the end of his explanation. Thank you.